And welcome back to the Den. We are on episode 3 of Age of Oblivion for 7 Days to Die. Not a lot of new information here, so let's just get into the video. So, inventory management. A lot of this day, I think, is just getting things sorted now that I got boxes up and going. So, won't be too exciting here as I just try to sort things out. You expert players that are used to playing Age of Oblivion may realize something that I'm not doing that I didn't learn until not much later, but a little bit later, is that icon for the boxes was not turned on broadcasting. It's between the lock there and the sort button. That lets you use inventory stuff without having to go into the box and grab it, which is something I find out later. But there's a lot of things in this you'll notice, like why aren't you doing this? And it's because I didn't know better. Honestly, I wasn't as familiar with the mod, and now that I kind of know those things, I'd be a lot faster about doing them. It'd probably make my next playthrough a lot faster. But anyways, I'm cleaning up everything. I'm just kind of getting rid of things I don't want. Don't want the ladder there for sure, because I don't want zombies being able to climb up and pathing in places I'm not expecting. I'm just going to block these in for the moment. Instead of making doors, I'm just going to do a cheapo, kind of block it out, and then eventually I'll get doors in there. And now we are heading out. It's been a while since I played this one, so I can't remember exactly what all I did in each episode. We will be back here, though. This is Michael Phelps' house. That'll be an entertaining one when I go do that POI. But doing your normal early game stuff, just trying to get parts, salvaging some cars. Cars get you mechanical parts, which are handy if you want to do more turrets and automatic stuff. And so I'm going to double dip on this. This is a common thing to do in the game, is to save a little time. And basically you don't start the quest. You clear the POI, then you start the quest, and then do it again. Because when you start the quest, it resets everything. So I'm just going to loot it first for everything that I'd want. And then I'll reset it and do it again. And actually get the quest reward. Should be easier the second time, as I'll be more familiar with where things are going to pop out at too. Although it's not always the same. You watch my... Oh no, I didn't miss that shot. Go me. My accuracy, I feel like it comes day to day. Some days I am very accurate with the bow, other days I am not. At this point, you're just trying to get everything. The game's interesting in like what you actually want at any given time, because it starts off being like certain items you really want, and other items you don't really need at all, but you know you're going to need it later. So you kind of want to hold on to most things. But sometimes you have to, for the sake of not moving like a snail. So I'm destroying these just to make sure I have a good exit strategy. Something you learn, because you never know when there's going to be a bunch of zombies and you need to retreat. So I want to make it easy to retreat so I don't get stuck on anything. Because those are the most upsetting deaths, is when you get stuck on something or you pin yourself in. Hey, here's the loot room. Most POIs will have a room like this. It has a bunch of boxes. So I'm going to focus on... I'm pretty much sticking to strength for this build. All these skills in this are pretty much the same as the base game. The only difference is you'll notice there's another red icon you'll see in my inventory. Kind of looks like an A. That is like, basically it's a recipe. You craft books, magazines effectively, and then you use those to get the unique mod stuff. So essentially you can build the mod workbenches using those, or you get like extra health, extra stamina, or I use a lot of for the tool strength. So I already have this server because I don't believe in beating on something for 20 years is entertaining. So even though you see me do it a lot early in the game, I am at 300% block damage. So on top of that, with better equipment and with that, once I get that special ability leveled up, I will be able to break things very easily, which makes for some interesting attack patterns. You can just go through walls and doors and stuff, and it just makes things more convenient. Saves a lot of time, which I understand a lot of people playing this game really enjoy ramping the difficulty, and that's great. That's all power to them. I don't disagree necessarily with difficulty, but I just find like some things are just tedious if you don't crank up some of the settings. And it's just like, I don't want the game to go at a snail's pace. At least for my personal preference. But hey, that's why I like this game. It's highly modded. And you can pretty much find something you like, or some variation of mods that are tolerable or more enjoyable to you. That being said, I don't mind playing the harder stuff. It's just you have to accept that it's going to take a lot longer to get places, literally, because you're walking for a lot longer. You have to be a lot more selective as to what you can carry. Especially when you're playing like base, backpack size and stuff like that. It's pretty small. Oh, the joys of being out of stamina. You find that a lot early game. Where you run out of stamina and you're just like, I'm going to do some inventory management. I'm going to pick up this random thing. Whatever I can do that doesn't burn stamina. And of course, I had this trader. This guy is a jerk. He's like the worst trader. He is a feed specialist, though. He has more food than the other traders. All the traders are kind of specialized in one way or another. This guy is the food one, which is probably not one of the, in my opinion, one of the better ones to have, but kind of like either the normal Trader Joe's, more bullets, or the, was it Rex that does the vehicles? Quick pause there. You do craft, especially once you get the special Age of Oblivion skills up, you do craft really fast. I will say it's one of the most annoying noises in the game, like when you craft a lot of stuff really fast. And I will apologize ahead of time if you hear that noise, because you will later in the episodes. Can't remember why I wanted vehicles specifically right now. I was just looking for something very specific, or not. Or if I was just getting everything. It's probably I just wanted everything at that point. Really early game, they're mostly going for food and weapons. It's like you want to get food, water, so you don't have to worry about that and the stamina drain constantly. And then you want weapons so you can kill more efficiently, so you can go through POIs faster. That's when the game gets quote-unquote easy is when you hit that rhythm where you're like, okay, like I have enough food that I don't have to go out if I don't need to, at least for several days. And I kind of got the rhythm where like the normal zombies are pretty easy, so that's what's nice about this. When it starts getting easy, then you can start doing the specialty quests, which get pretty difficult. We're going to see those. Invading my neighbor's house right now. Gotta see what... Man, it's something... Haven't you ever wanted to do that? It's just like you see your neighbor's house and you're just like, I wonder what's actually in there. It's not that I want to steal anything from them. I'm just curious. It's like, how do you live your life? How do you space out your stuff? Where do you like put everything? I don't know. I'm one of those people that thinks about things like that. What do you do with your free time? I play this. Stream it. Well, sort of stream it. Yes, was that the fast way to do it? No. But, I don't know. Sometimes you can catch things off guard. Like if you don't go through the normal entrances, especially like when it's a horde room, there's a ton of zombies. You can get the drop on a couple of them, kill a couple before anything happens like this. Assuming you actually kill them. Don't fail to. That being said, I just like destroying things too. I want to say, I think later today we start building for the Horde Night. So, veterans of this game, of course, know Horde Night is after 7 days, hence the name of the game. You get a blood moon, or at least under normal settings. I mean, you can alter that. But then the blood moon summons a horde of zombies at you, and they keep coming all night. So you kind of need to have a setup to deal with it. Now, the one nice thing about Age of Oblivion is if you're not ready for it, you can actually go to the trader, because the trader's open at night, and you can chill out there because his stuff, as long as you stay inside and don't go outside too much, you'll be pretty much safe because their base is still indestructible. Or at least if it's not indestructible, it's very highly... like, you can't do a lot of damage. Like, most you can do is, like, 1 damage. Like, every hit. Like, I know the vehicle trader's like that. I think the actual trader is still invincible. So, that's one advantage if you play on a multiplayer server with this game. Is, like, if you are on a server where people leave it on Horde Night, or quit the game right before Horde Night, and you're like, I want to play, but I'm not ready for a Horde, you can just go to the trader and chill out there. This is why doors are handy. Gotta use your choke points. At this point, I really just want a baseball bat. Or club books, so I can build better wooden clubs and then eventually get a baseball bat. Also, mods are good. Mods are things you can install in your items. If I can get like there's a couple good ones for... I don't know why I bother with this. I should just destroy the lock. You can beat on the lock and destroy it too. With block damage as high as I have it, it's just easier. That's one of those things, like, I feel like some games, like, they make things just annoying just to be annoying. And it's like, okay, so either I just don't get this loot and it sits here, or I beat on this for 20 minutes and I get it, and you annoy me because I had to sit here and beat on it for 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't know. That always seems like weird game design choice. It's like, why don't we either just give me the loot, we make some kind of trade that's not just wasting my time. I guess the trade's supposed to be lockpicks, but closing that entrance off. Doing much more base management. Take out those cabinets. Nobody wants those cabinets there. Gotta get rid of this fridge. You'll also notice certain things. I use certain tools on certain things because they destroy it faster. Especially once I get a pickaxe. Because then you use pickaxe on like metal things, you use the wood axe, or the fireman axe on wood, obviously. Shovel on dirt. Wrench, ratchet on vehicles. You will occasionally see me, if you're to slow it down, destroy things that were full before they grab the things in it. I do that a couple times. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself, especially when you have block damage increased. Sometimes you just one-shot things, you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, see, what's the point of this? It's like it's going to open eventually, but... the rest of this night is just mostly cleanup, as I just kind of clean up the base. Built some stairs so I can jump up there and make a shortcut. That auto sorting mailbox never gets used. I'm still trying to make the big one. Once the big one, I think I'll actually use it. But I get so much stuff, I just want to dump like 30 things in it at once. Otherwise, doing 6 things at a time is not fast enough. It's like I might as well just go to the actual boxes at that point. Like any survival game, this is where you go. So I'm crafting the special skill points for Age of Oblivion, and then you just use them. You can see, like, when those go up, you get certain unlocks. So I'm trying to balance out a little bit of what I get so I can get all the initial benches. I built this one first, this seed one, which is kind of silly because I end up never really using it. Because the original mod maker wanted to make, or he was making a food mod, and he was focusing on that. And to me, I mean, that's fine if you want to play a farming simulator thing, but like to me, that's not the most interesting part of the game. So I just kind of like grab all the food, throw it in boxes, and then if I can create something better, cool. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time focusing on like specific recipes. And this game throws so many kinds of food. It's kind of almost counterproductive because you get so many types of food, it ends up filling your inventory a lot faster and you end up overloading. Ah, yes, the cloning device. Still haven't really played with that much yet. It's also massive and takes a massive amount of space. And I feel like I end up spending like 5 days trying to find a space for it because it's so big. And I finally decided to take these out because after almost dying getting stuck on these, I decided that was a bad idea. So let's not have them here. this is going to pretty much wrap up the night. As I finish off just destroying things. Apologize for how dark it gets. Sometimes like the auto balancing. I just don't have the crafting to make a lot of stuff. I guess I could have made torches. I don't want too many torches because they drag zombies early game. Here I was trying to figure out, it's like, how do I want to do this? I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this wall out. Eventually you'll see the final version of the base much farther down the line, and it opens up quite a bit as I take out all of these walls eventually. Expand a little bit outside of that. Well, thanks for tuning in on this one, and I should have some guests coming up soon for the next couple of them, so look forward to those soon. Have a good one.